Now on CoastTV News.
Construction continuing at the Rehoboth Beach Library, but a lack of funding could delay things.
This school schedule causing some controversy in Worcester County. What is upsetting parents in Maryland?
Gas prices climbing in Sussex County, why drivers say they're not happy.
A wavering front across Delmarva brought some of us spring-like warmth, others clouds and cold and fog. All of us get foggy and cold tomorrow as this front drops south, and then a warm-up big time into the weekend and beyond. Details coming.
This is CoastTV News at 5.
Barricades up in front of the Rehoboth Beach Library. Good evening, I'm Madeline Overturf.
And I'm Charlie Sakaitis. We begin tonight with donations still needed to help pay for Rehoboth Beach Library renovations.
Let's take a look inside the library now. Half of the inside has been closed since early December. A brand new AC system, 2 new study rooms, and better internet capacity for the entire library. For those upgrades to be complete, over $1 million needs to be raised in the next year. Coast TV News reporter Brandon Ferguson live in Rehoboth Beach. Brandon, the library has a temporary entrance open now.
Maddie, this entrance on the side of the library has been open for months. The president of the library's board of trustees expects this entire renovation to be completed by next spring. But if not enough money is raised, then this being completed by next spring could be pushed back. Jackhammering old sidewalks in front of the Rehoboth Beach Library. Fencing and ladders set aside, waiting to be used outside of the library. Inside the library, it's just this half of the library open, with books still available. Limited computers and services throughout the open section of the library. President of the library's board of trustees, Kay Wheatley, says they still need $1 million to pay for the rest of it.
We're still raising a little bit of money for phase 1. And then we're raising all the money for phase 2. Some of it overlaps, like the roof we've put into phase 1, but it's the whole roof. The HVAC, like some upgrades you have to do simultaneously.
Wheatley says this is just phase 1 of the total library renovation project, and it should be done by around September of this year. When phase 2 starts, the old entrance of the library will be open, while the current side that is open now will be closed while the final renovations are taking place. Total cost of the renovations is $9.8 million, funded mostly through state and federal money, but they need at least $1 million in private funds to get the job done, to transform the layout of the library. Joe Pocorni visits the library weekly and is not worried if the project gets delayed.
It's anyone that has been through construction of any type realizes that there are usually delays. So I think we just have to be patient with that.
Library renovations continuing on Rehoboth's library, but when construction stops, depends on if the $9.8 million mark is met. Just through these windows is the half of the library that is open. Wheatley says they're acting as if the entire library is still open and events are still happening here. As for the renovations, they will continue through the summer here in Rehoboth Beach. Live in Rehoboth Beach, Brandon Ferguson, Coast TV News.
The Rehoboth Beach Public Library purchased more than 5 acres of land off Warrington Road near Route 24 for a future second library location. That new facility is expected to be more than 20,000 square feet with more parking and more services. Board representatives with the library says that project off Warrington Road is still in design. Once it's done, they'll have a better idea of the total cost.
The Worcester County Board of Education released its 2026-2027 school calendar. And this year, school is set to start the week before Labor Day. Now, that's something parents were shocked to find out. Coast TV News reporter Kevin Zappé is live in Berlin. Kevin, the Worcester County Board of Education says the decision was made for a reason.
Charlie, the board said starting early was because Labor Day was on September 7th. And parents we spoke with said they were unaware of the change until it was too late. Eileen Price was one of the many parents who voted on the 3 options the Worcester County Board of Education had for the 2026-2027 school calendar. And according to Price, none of the options included schools in the counties starting a week before Labor Day.
Some parents who've booked vacations, sometimes you don't have the opportunity to get a refund or make changes last minute.
According to Price, there's currently a petition out asking the Worcester County Board of Education to reconsider the calendar for the 2026-2027 school calendar. I'm Kevin Zappe, live in Berlin, CoastTV News.
If you've noticed prices rising at the pump, you're not going crazy. Gas prices are climbing across Sussex County. According to AAA, the average price for a gallon of regular gas was around $2.90 last month, now closer to $3.07 a gallon, if not more.
Well, I think it's because of the war that's going on right now. It was good. I was happy with the prices, and now all of a sudden they're really high.
AAA added there's been a 15-cent increase since the start of the year until now.
This brings us right into our Coast TV poll. We want to know, does anything worry you about rising gas prices?
Let's take a look at the results so far. 68% say, yeah, it's kind of going to hit the budget a little bit. 14% say it'll be more expensive to drive to work. 12% say it'll affect travel plans. 6% say just costs on the business who need gasoline.
We do have a comment from Mike in Lincoln who says, nothing. It's temporary. They'll come back down.
If you haven't voted yet or given your comment, we would love to hear it. CoastTVnews.com or our mobile app.
Now let's take a live look out into Dover. Gray looking here on our screen as we check in with our first alert meteorologist, Bob Trihey.
Good evening, Charlie. We had a big temperature gradient across the area today, close to 70 inland areas, lower 40s at the coast, 41 in Bethany Beach right now, 40 in Rehoboth as fog is starting to move back in, cool to 54 in Millsboro. You were in the mid 60s earlier and 66 in Laurel now. Easterly winds taking over. That means all of us are going to cool down with increasing fog. We're already seeing some of that fog along the coast as we have that stationary boundary right over the top of us, separating us from the colder air, from the spring-like air. Some showers to the north, those will be staying there. We have some fog building in at the coast now, a dense marine fog advisory into Friday morning all along the coast. And then I think this fog will start to move inland as temperatures are dropping this evening into the 40s with a cloud cover, even a few scattered showers as well. So watch for the fog early and then the rain late, but then a bigger warm up into the weekend. Forecast details coming up.
Thank you, Bob. Crews contained a spill in the Wycomico River around 7:30 p.m. Wednesday, according to the Salisbury Fire Department. The department says this was on Fitzwater Street, though they haven't specified the nature of the spill, but said do proceed with caution. The Wilmington DMV is reopening, but with an appointment system. This is all happening Tuesday, March 10th at 8 a.m. The reopening follows a months-long closure after Delaware State Police Corporal Ty Snook was shot and killed at that DMV. The appointment-only system will remain in place for at least 1 month. Authorities say it's in an effort to better manage customer volume inside that building.
The town of Dagsboro is seeking volunteers for its newly forming Business Development Committee. The town says the goal of the committee is to attract new business while still preserving the small town charm. Those interested in being part of the committee can contact Mayor Jason Russell.
Kristi Noem's tenure as Homeland Security Secretary will conclude at the end of the month.
She has faced heavy criticism from Democratic and some Republican lawmakers for her leadership of the department. NBC's Gabe Gutierrez shows us what the president said and who's filling in the role.
President Trump announcing that Kristi Noem is out as Homeland Security Secretary on a social media post this afternoon, writing she has, quote, served us well and will take over a new role called Envoy for the Shield of the Americas. The president tapping Oklahoma Senator Mark Wayne Mullen as the new DHS Secretary effective March 31st, although the position does require Senate confirmation. Trump spoke to Noem this afternoon about the job switch, according to 2 people familiar with the conversation. Noem has been at the forefront of the president's signature immigration policies, but her tenure has been rocky, especially since the fatal shootings of 2 U.S. citizens by federal agents in Minneapolis. In congressional hearings on Tuesday and Wednesday, lawmakers also grilled Noem on a $200 million ad campaign she oversaw. Noem on Tuesday told the Senate Judiciary Committee that the president approved of it, a claim the White House denied today. Her ouster marks the first time a cabinet secretary will step down in President Trump's second term. Gabe Gutierrez, NBC News, Washington.
A new digital tool in Delaware, how it can help providers coordinate behavioral health care.
We saw 40s at the coast today, 70 well inland, 61 in Georgetown, the high, low of 41, so temperatures above normal. It's going to get cold again into Friday, but then warming up into the weekend, then especially into next week. I'll have your full forecast coming up a little bit later on.
But first, one patrol car, dozens of donations, and the community coming together. How one cruiser is helping fight hunger in Millsboro. Up next.
The Millsboro Police Department is teaming up with Chorus Wellness and Behavioral Health to help fight hunger one donation at a time. Coast TV's Nicole Richter shows us how the community is coming together to help support neighbors in need.
So yeah, you can see it's starting to fill up quite a bit.
Outside the Millsboro Police Department, a patrol car wasn't responding to emergency calls. It was helping the hungry. The department partnered with Chorus, a local nonprofit, for its Stuff the Cruiser food drive, inviting the community to donate non-perishable items for local families in need.
We need to help one another.
Police say every item collected goes directly to local food pantries. For Clay Hayward, who works with Chorus, the mission hits close to home.
It means a lot because myself, I'm a recovering addict. I have like 17 years clean now. And, it's good to give back, not forgetting where you came from.
Police Chief David Moyer says food insecurity remains a challenge for many households in Millsboro, and events like this help address the issue.
We want to get to the root of a lot of the issues here in Millsboro crime-wise, and Chorus is doing their part to help the community, and anything that we can do to kind of support their mission and their cause, we're all about it.
Organizers say the need for food assistance has grown in recent years, especially for working families who may not qualify for certain aid programs, but still struggle to make ends meet. Community members like Dale Argott say giving back is part of their calling.
One of the things that my wife and I really believe in as clergy in this community is that it's important to help those, the Bible gives us commandments to help the least of these, and so that's why we want to just be a small part of that.
Bringing law enforcement, nonprofits, and the community together under one shared goal. For Coastal Connections, I'm Nicole Richter.
Today was one of those days across Delmarva. We had a big temperature swing. We were in the 40s at the beaches, but well inland, southwest Delaware, parts of Maryland near 70, 69 for a matter of fact, in Salisbury, 55 in Ocean City, and a lot of the Delaware coast, the beach is not even getting out of the 40s, and that's where you are right now. In fact, 39 in Rehoboth, still milder inland, 65 in Laurel, 69 in Salisbury, but this colder air is building back to the west, so our little spring fling is going to be brief as we go into Friday, but then into the weekend it warms up. We're seeing an easterly wind right now, 3 miles visibility with fog in Ocean City. I suspect this fog will expand inland as we go into the evening hours, a dense marine fog advisory until Friday morning for Delaware Bay, the Delaware coast, and down to Maryland too. And once again, I think this fog will expand inland as we go into the overnight. Here's a Tyndall's Casual Furniture cam showing the fog rolling in. With that fog tonight, temperatures in the 40s, a few showers. Then we see that front that's draped over us now drop to the south as a cold front, raw and gloomy on Friday, spotty drizzle, 40s and 50s, maybe 60 farther south and west. But here's that front tonight. Now a stationary front will be diving to the south and west. So we're looking at 40s and 50s north and east of the front with 50s and 60s to the south and west. Right now we're seeing mostly cloudy skies with some of that fog building in from the east. Any kind of showers to the north. In fact, looks like some lightning right along that front across West Virginia. To the north, it's cold and drizzly. To the south, it is warm. We have more of that rain back to the west, but I think a lot of that will stay to our north. As we're looking at futurecasts this evening, you can see how we cool down. We get the low clouds and fog building back in, and maybe some showers as we build through the overnight hours into Friday morning. Maybe a wet commute, but very cold too. With temperatures only in the 40s, and some of these temperatures at the beaches in the upper 30s. So everybody is going to be chilly tomorrow with temperatures struggling to warm through the 40s. Then as we go into Saturday morning, we're in the 40s there, but then that front moves north as a warm front again, and we're going to warm up nicely to the 60s to near 70 by the afternoon hours. But along the coast tomorrow, 43 in Lewis with showers, 41 in Rehoboth, 48 in Chincoteague. It's going to be raw out there. And heading into the weekend, could see a little round of showers Saturday night on into Sunday, maybe a rumble of thunder too. But the bigger story, a big warm up Monday through Wednesday of next week. Big ridge builds in, temperatures soaring into the 70s. We're looking at temperatures 15 to 25 degrees above normal and maybe record highs by Wednesday. 41 tonight, mostly cloudy, some fog and showers too, kind of dreary heading into your Friday. 48, and then we're looking at temperatures bouncing up to 68 on Saturday. Your Paul Davis 7-day forecast. Clocks go ahead 1 hour Sunday morning as we start daylight saving time. Good time to check the batteries and the CO detector and smoke detectors. 72 with showers Sunday, more spring showers next week, and near 80 by Wednesday.
Thank you, Bob. Delaware rolling out a new digital tool. The goal is to help providers coordinate behavioral health care more efficiently. According to the state, this secure system gives providers instant access to a patient's recent treatment history. That is everything from hospital visits to counseling and crisis care.
For a provider that has a responsibility to coordinate care, that information being just right in the computer, you open it up and you can look up your client and see where they are. It saves so much time and it will save lives.
State leaders say the platform first launched internally last summer before expanding to contracted providers across Delaware.
Coming up tonight on the Delmarva Sports Network, 2 live games in one night. At 5:30, Maryland Eastern Shore hosts Delaware State in women's basketball. And then those 2 schools for the men's game at 8 p.m. And the final score, of course, is at 10:30.
Houses in Fenwick Island actually helping conservation efforts. A new donation next at 5.
The Sussex County Land Trust announced today that Shell Brothers has made a $1,000 per lot donation. These are from the Channel Point development in Fenwick Island. Sussex County Land Trust says the money from 70 homes there will support efforts to protect farms, forests, waterways, and open space in Sussex County.
A new survey suggests nearly half of American children not getting enough sleep. A National Sleep Foundation poll surveyed nearly 1,000 caregivers and children 13 and under. It found that 44% of children don't consistently get the recommended amount of sleep for their age. Experts say sleep in early childhood plays a key role in both physical and mental health. The National Sleep Foundation recommends anywhere from 9 to 17 hours, depending on a child's age.
A federal trade court in New York has laid the groundwork to force the federal government to refund tariffs. On Wednesday, a judge ordered the Trump administration to start paying back more than $130 billion worth of tariffs to importers. This comes after lawsuits. The Trump administration is expected to appeal the order.
Britney Spears has been arrested for suspicion of DUI. That's according to law enforcement sources. Booking information shows the Highway Patrol arrested her north of Los Angeles Wednesday night. A representative for Spears calls the incident inexcusable. Spears is due in court May 4th.
Here's a live look outside into Laurel. One more check on your forecast after this. Coming up new on Coast TV News at 6, the Ty Snook Foundation created, who it will benefit. That and more at 6.
And weather-wise, if you had that warmer weather today, don't get used to it. Make sure you grab the heavier jacket this evening as we're looking at temperatures that will be dropping very quickly for all of us as we go through the evening hours with an easterly wind falling into the 40s. Then a chance of some rain showers, I think, very late tonight, maybe into the commute Friday morning. So keep that in mind for your Friday travels. Call the Coast TV First Alert weather phone. Your forecast is a call away. Sponsored by Brockstead, Mandalis, Federico. And congratulations to Kathy Gibson from Millsboro on winning a brand new umbrella from Paul Davis and Coast TV. And Kathy is going to need that umbrella, I think, as we go through the next couple of days, as we'll see sporadic showers. Paul Davis 10-day forecast, 48 Friday. We bounce it up to 68 on Saturday. And as I mentioned earlier, clocks go ahead. We spring forward Sunday morning. And once again, it's a good time to check the batteries and the CO detectors and the smoke detectors too. And it'll feel like spring on Sunday with showers 72, 68 Monday. and then a few more showers as we go into Tuesday. Then look at Wednesday. I think a lot of people are circling that on their calendar. 78, we could see record highs there, and then it does cool off back to 59 on Thursday, 46 Friday. Cooler, a few showers next Sunday.
Thank you, Bob, and thanks for joining us here for Coast TV News at 5.
For more news, more local weather, download our Coast TV News app.
Inside Edition is up next.
And we'll see you later tonight for Coast TV News at 6. Have a great evening.